and welcome back to BTF and Dubs. Gozzy, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good myself. I'm good. Ron, how you doing? How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Yeah, had a very good Saturday night's main event. Actually, I was quite impressed.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad actually. Was uh,
More than I expected, I'd say.
yeah. I think I'll go with that. Like there seemed to be a bit there that I was a bit wary going into, but overall, pretty decent.
Pretty decent. Yeah, I'll give it pretty decent. There was an extra match more than usual, and there was a lot of wrestling, which is not
Yeah,
something you can say much about WWE. But yeah, doing good. Very excited for Double or Nothing, which we'll be doing our predictions for in this as well. So yeah,
yes,
so far, a really good bank holiday weekend.
yeah. It's been the weather's been fantastic.
Yeah,
We got the wrestling,
cooking
so
out there.
we just got a lot of stuff going on, which is great.
Yeah, which is fantastic. Well, I mean, let's get into it. I think we can start off with we're gonna do our recap of Saturday night's main event. Um, yeah, like I said, kind of surprising. Like the wrestling was solid throughout the whole thing. We'll kick off with the very first match, which was the trios tag team match between
Yeah,
Charlexa and Rhea Ripley versus Jade and the Baddies.
yeah. Overall, I thought it was a pretty decent match. I liked a lot of what was going on there. Um, it started sort of slowish,
Hmm.
but it did pick up and it got more entertaining as it went on.
Yeah, for sure, definitely, I'd agree with that.
So
I would say plotting. It didn't start plotting there, just like very sort of feed each other out, kind of slow in that sense.
yeah, they were an early start to dominate,
Hmm.
but then it became a bit more of a technical show
Yeah, yeah, and then
as it
evened
started
out a
hitting
bit.
in. Yeah, and then it evened out as much as it could, I suppose. But it was a decent match. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed a lot of the spots.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
I enjoyed the match itself.
yeah, me too. I mean, for me, Michin showed out in this match the most. She looked
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. I mean, she's always been a good wrestler, but you don't see a lot of that.
yeah,
All you saw with her feud with Jade in the past was like the street fights and like very short matches if she was involved in any.
yeah,
Even BFAB didn't do too bad as like the most inexperienced out of the six.
yeah. I think
She did all right.
they all put on a pretty decent show. You know, it started off with Jade slowing down the momentum, whatever. Like she started and then she tagged in, was it BFAB?
BFAB.
I think it was, and then really pissed them off, or pissed Rhea off because she's like, "Come on, I want to
Yeah,
take you on,"
whatever.
and then she tagged in BFAB, and it was just like, "Oh, whatever, okay, I just have to start this."
Yeah.
And then when they got Alexa in again, it just became, let's just beat down on Alexa.
But you know what? Alexa didn't get beaten up too badly in this, which
No, she didn't.
I thought that was pretty good. She I would say like she is one of the better wrestlers in this match in my opinion, but we just don't
Oh
get to
yeah,
see it as often as we used to.
yeah, it was good. It was good. There was a bit of the beat out, but and like you're right, we don't see it as often as we do, but they kind of did take it to Charlotte. Like
Yeah, Charlotte was
she
facing peril for a while.
it was struggle there. It was a lot of struggles.
Yeah, I mean the heels did a great heel work in that sense. I do have a caveat to that, but by cutting
Yeah,
the Rin off and having Charlotte like in the thing, you think to yourself, well, she's only gonna tag Alexa. That's at least where I was thinking like it was gonna go. Like they're gonna force Charlotte at least is gonna force away to never tag in Rhea like at all.
yeah,
And by cutting off the Rin, that was really good. Because Charlotte is technically, I mean, she's what 14-time women's champ. You gotta
yeah.
say, and again, it
They,
just meant that Alexa wasn't taking the entire beat down again.
yeah, which is good. And obviously they slowed it down in the middle, but in a way that they kept themselves fresh, so they kept tagging each other in,
Yeah,
which is again great heel work because it's like keeping everyone fresh, but you're targeting that one person, and they were really building this crowd's
yeah, anticipation.
yeah for something, and you kept getting the tease to
Yeah,
Rhea eventually, and it was
I do love a subtle like crawl to the rope. I'm like, get there.
just get there already. Oh, sometimes it took a bit too long, but
Sure, sure.
I mean, eventually she got it. She got Rhea in, and
And the crowd
she came in,
popped. Yeah.
and she
I
did her
mean,
thing.
I'm wearing my KO shirt. Let's not forget he is the greatest tag team wrestler of all time. Because he knows he doesn't have to get across the ring. He rolled outside the one side and ran around. You can do that as well.
Yeah,
More people should do that. But my caveat is with the heel work, and it does actually fall back onto Michin, is I don't like her using the Styles Clash. She does it incredibly well. She does it
she
so
does.
good and looked
Yeah,
really, really sick. but it's AJ Styles' move, and yes, they have a bit of history, but people pop really, really hard for a Styles clash because they all know what it is when they see it.
Yeah,
And as a heel, you shouldn't be doing that sort of stuff. As the
yeah,
bad guy.
yeah, and it's the thing is, it's weird because obviously there's only a select few people who really do the Styles Clash,
Yeah, it's
and when I
Michin,
say this,
Osprey.
and AJ Styles,
Yeah. Well, I
so
didn't mention AJ Styles because now he's
because
retired,
it's
so he doesn't technically
yeah,
do it.
yeah, I get that, I get what you mean, but it's those are like the caveat of it, like being the few who
Yeah.
do that move. So I would agree, like it's a great move to get going, but like you say, she hit it incredibly well.
Mm. It is quite interesting that you have AJ Styles, who is retired, but he was, probably the de facto leader of the Bullet Club for a while, and you got Michin doing the Styles Clash, and then a little while ago you saw a One Winged Angel from Jade Cargill, which is famously the Kenny Omega move. So
Yeah,
a lot of Bullet Club wrestling moves being used in the women's division. Not
which
that
is
I'm mad
great to
about that. I
yeah,
just
it's
think
great
I
to
think it's
see.
quite interesting. Yeah.
I mean, the one thing I did was an odd landing was that reverse Hurricanrana.
Yeah. I
That
guess she just didn't rotate the full way, to be honest, because yeah, it didn't look
because
bad. It didn't look
it
like it
looked
got botched or
it was
anything.
very yeah. No, it just looked very odd how they got into setting it up because it was like a pickup and then onto the shoulder and then trying to rotate around and then she
Mm.
did the reverse Hurricanrana, but it wasn't hit great.
Yeah, I think
But
it was a bit
overall, it
stilted
was
for
yeah,
sure.
it was a bit worrying because if it goes wrong, you're dumping someone on the air
Yeah,
probably.
yeah,
But
for sure.
luckily, Rhea got out of it.
But I think
So
I think that's why it didn't work because there was no like momentum behind. It's not like Michin ran off the ropes and then jumped up. Like this is all pure power. Like lift. Okay, now I'm gonna turn you around,
yeah,
sort of thing. But like if you see like Orange Cassidy do the Stun Dog Millionaire when he comes out of stuff, just because of his
yes,
momentum that carries him through these moves.
and he hits it
So
nice
and he hits it
again. It's
really
like it's a
well.
move that you're supposed to hit in momentum. It's
Yeah,
not a move that you just do by being on top or whatever.
yeah. But Mommy's always on top. So,
Uh,
but not this time. Not this time. This was a bit of a surprise for me. Obviously, Rhea gets that hot tag and crowd goes bananas for it. She has a stare down with Jay for a bit. Jay gets out the ring. This was good heel work from Jade as well.
mm,
Where she sort of prior to this didn't tag herself in, but ran up, hit Rhea, and then that set up the whole heels sort of doing that thing in the ring
yeah,
and it got Rhea away from the ring before she came, got her tag. Sorry, I know that was a very convoluted way of saying that. As I was saying, I'm like, I'm overcomplicating what happened here. But yeah, so Jay comes in. They have a few strikes on each other. I, Rhea's got a great headbutt, and
yeah,
I like the fact that it's very unprotected. Like with Drew's Glasgow Kiss one. You see at the last second he always puts his hand up to
yeah.
to protect. So and she doesn't do that, and it always looks very vicious. I'd always be a bit worried that one day she might
It's
follow
gonna
through.
go through. I think it's. I know he's got the long hair as well, but I think it helps having the long hair. So when they go forward, it
Yeah,
sort of covers. So even if they have that gap,
yeah. You can't see. Yeah, for
can't
sure.
really tell. So it does look like it's a straight up
Yeah.
bang in
So it
headbutt.
did look good, but every now and again I'm like, oh, I don't know if that one was real. But that's the magic of it. So it did look
Yeah,
very good. But yeah, there was a super kick here, a bit of an argy bargy going in the ring.
a lot of
Rhea
chaos
Rhea
going on around.
Rhea hit the riptide on Jade, had the 1 2 3, but broken up by Michin.
Yeah,
And then there was like Jade rolled out the ring for a while. This is where the bit of the maracas came in. With the other tag
yeah. And it was
team.
good to see that. Obviously, like Jade and Charlotte. I mean, Rhea and Charlotte finally got on the same page. Type like it happened where
Yeah,
they were looking out for each other.
I don't like the fact that they do the suck it chop. Like, where did that come from? Is that
Yeah,
have
that
they always been doing that?
I have no
I
idea.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
It was
But
very weird.
it was like but it was good to see like the whole protection thing. Like they didn't let each other get attacked. So when they saw them, they were running past and
Yeah.
making the move to stop.
Yeah, so obviously they built that mutual respect within this match. Obviously, Alexa was super happy with that.
Yeah, they had
That
the little
hug cradle
moments.
thing was. I was like, this is terrible. As faces, what are you doing?
Yeah,
This is
so
you're opening yourself up to be attacked, and then that's exactly what
it's,
happened.
it's exactly what happened, and we got Jaded and
Yeah, a clean 1 2 3. Actually, there was no. no cheating here. Like
No.
obviously, I say no cheating. Like obviously, Jay got involved when she shouldn't, but I mean, you see that in every tag match. It
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
matter
yeah,
who it is.
that's just
So
good
no,
work.
it was
That's just
was
intelligent work.
exactly. So I mean, good match. The sets up obviously the singles match because now Jade also said I can say I pinned the champ.
Yeah, I think that Rio ends up winning in Clash in Italy. I don't think Jade wins.
No, me either. But this is a good way to
But if
build up the heat between them, and now you
yeah,
can say it's kind of 1-for-1 in terms of obviously Rhea beating Jade for the title, and now Jade's got the pin on Rhea, so it
uh,
does give it
that's
a bit
mind
more
games
heat.
as well. Like
Mm.
On Friday, we'll probably get a back and forth between them, but you'll probably get the don't forget I pinned you last week, and it wasn't
Yeah,
like it
yeah,
was on. I
I
pinned
did,
you.
100%. Yeah,
I
not
pinned
anyone
you.
else.
I didn't
Not
pin Charlotte.
yeah, not
I didn't pin
Alexa.
Alexa. I pinned you. I have the upper hand.
Yeah, which is great. And I think you need this to like just give a bit more heat to this match.
Yeah, and again, like it's mind games
Hmm.
because Rhea's got to go. Okay, she did beat me. I got to figure out how I'm going to do it now.
Yeah, and I think this also does extend the story because now they lost, but Charlotte and Rhea seem to be on the same page. So I guess we'll inevitably have the baddies run in during that match at some stage. But now I
Yeah,
think you will definitely have Alexa and Charlotte come down to help.
yeah.
You know, just to clear it up, and then there'll be
Just make sure
probably
it
a rock
becomes a
solid, a
one-on-one.
one-on-one, and then I agree with you. I do see Rhea winning that one, and then obviously not sure what happens with the baddies after that and Jade, but at least that way you've put this feud to bed. Jade and Rhea is going to be put on the back burner until a later
Yeah,
date. So
yeah,
yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the opening match. It was good. Set up some
yeah,
stuff. It was good.
yeah. I think then next we go back. We go on to probably the one that really pissed me off was the Becky Lynch Sol Ruka
Becky
thing.
Sol Ruka. So
I mean, it was all of what less than 5 minutes or
I
something
was
like that.
short. Yeah, it was
It's
like
so
three or
quick.
four. Um, I have it up here. The match only went 2 minutes 31 seconds.
I
So now,
mean,
I have a positive coming out of this, which is how they told that opening 2 minutes, I guess you could say, which is the whole match. With obviously you have Becky smacking Sol Ruka before the bell,
yeah,
um, and then as soon as she thought she had the upper hand, started taking it in the ring, Jessica Carr rings the bell, and then Sol Ruka dominated from that point on, like
yeah, she did.
completely. So she looked really good, and that's obviously the story that it's trying to tell. Like without Becky cheating or anything, Sol has her number. But they didn't tell it for nearly long enough.
No,
And
it
then
was so quick, and then obviously whatever happened.
yeah, I don't want to say again.
I don't want to say it
I
was
don't
this.
know. I don't know if it's just because we really like Sol Ruka, because I don't want to call this a botch either. Because a lot of people are
Yeah,
saying the first one was a tiny little slip on the ropes and she recovered. It's not a botch.
yeah,
Whereas this one, I don't even think she flipped. The way the
she
camera
didn't.
was, she kind of jumped backwards into Jessica Carr, and they kept saying, "Oh, she soul snatched the ref," but no,
No, she didn't.
but
It was like
that's
it
somehow
was.
worse.
Yeah, it was a weird. It was like that. So I can understand, I suppose, what they wanted us to see in the sense of she goes for the soul snatcher, but in
Becky,
mid rotation, Becky pulls Jessica
yeah,
Carr into it, and she does that.
but Jessica Carr
But
was too far away for Becky to fully reach her and pull it in, so the
which
timing was really bad.
and I actually think what Soul did worked better than just trying to do the soul snatcher, and it missed in the sense of I don't think she slipped, but you could see something going on with her right leg.
Yeah,
And I think she just sort of went like so almost like in the rotation to start, she kicked Jessica Carr and that stopped her from rotating.
or maybe. Well, I did see a report that she might be injured, so maybe
It's a
that
weird,
also.
yeah.
Well, I think the best way to sort of come full circle on this is it didn't look good.
No, did not look good at all.
Which again, like for Sol Ruka, in like again, we gave her a pass for that missed Soul Snatch the other day. It's not a botch. Fuck everybody.
Yeah,
I don't think it's not a botch. And this one just not looking good. It just didn't make her look really well. Like
yeah, it didn't lead.
I think
It doesn't put her in good light
no,
for.
and I think she just needs to maybe again. It could be nerves. She's only been on the main roster for a month.
Mm,
This is a massive moment for her within like probably the most well-known female wrestler like in WWE, which is Becky Lynch,
Yeah.
as champ. So again, a lot of pressure going on there. I think she just needs to like slow it down a bit. Just take it a bit easy, you know. Like you're
Mm.
allowed to. You don't have to run through the ropes like at full top speed to get the soul snatch in this moment. Take your time on this one and make sure you get it properly. Because as Becky is the heel, you can take your time. You can wait for her to pull Jessica in front. Like get
Yeah.
the because no one's it will suspend our disbelief for
Yeah.
that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So I think yeah, she maybe just takes it down a notch, you know.
And the thing is, if she is injured, I get it. Then like maybe the beatdown is what would put her out more if they have to readjust. But they haven't said anything about, oh, we have to change it, and she's not going to be.
No, so I think by the end it was reported that she may have been injured. So I honestly think the beatdown with three manhandle slams. So obviously, just for context for everybody, after the match, you know, they call a DQ, which also didn't make a lot of sense to me considering Sol hit the ref. But Becky, because she pulled I understand their logic
Yeah,
behind
yeah,
it,
I understand
but
that as well.
that's not usually how it happens. I would have rather have had Becky look like a really smart heel and have Sol Ruka get DQ because she did hit the ref,
Yeah,
and then Saul can be like, no, no, look at the tapes to Jessica backstage, and be like, oh, Jessica's like, oh, well then that's my mistake. I'll go speak to Adam Pearce about this because I messed up, like you know, like that sort of thing.
yeah, yeah,
As opposed to because when they call, it's like, oh, the winner is Saul Rick. I'm like, I've
yeah. I
seen
thought that as well. I was
I've
like,
seen
why?
so
So
many matches where it's an accidental ref bump and the person who hits the ref gets DQ'd.
yeah, I thought that as well, and I think I just don't. We've seen where the ref gets pulled in the way
Yeah,
several, like many
yeah, and then it's
times.
like you get hit, especially like always in the turnbuckle. They always get like smacked into the turnbuckle when you get pulled into
Yeah,
it, and then no DQ. So again, I guess you can play up like the story between Becky and Jessica Carr and
yeah, I think that's
how
still
Jessica's
going to be
always
involved in it.
trying to like screw her over. But again, Adam Pearce as Raw general manager, even if you are the worst one, just use another referee. You have a lot of them,
Yeah,
you know.
you keep using Jessica Carr for all of Becky's ones.
Yeah, and knowing and Becky complains about it all the time. You hate when Becky complains to you, so just change it up. Get a different ref. I don't
Yeah, just
understand that.
take it out the equation. But
So yeah, so
yeah,
anyway, so Sol Ruka gets wins the match via DQ, so Becky retains. Well, not the title wasn't on line, but she obviously lost, so that sets up their match at Clash at Italy. And then Becky was like, well, while she's busy helping, while Sol is busy helping Jessica, I'm in a sneak attack, smacks her with the belt, three manhandle slams, puts her down.
yeah, I'm wondering if this leads to maybe they change and make a stipulation where it's like there's no disqualification, no count out if it's going ahead, if you're going to go ahead with the title match, because then it stops Becky from doing this, or there might be a stipulation of, if you
Yeah,
do something like that again, you are stripped of your title, like you lose it, like, you know what I mean. I don't want it to be like that, but I feel like there could be a way of this if Jessica Carr is going to be the ref.
absolutely. Well, then what I want to see, and this alludes to what we was speaking about in the previous episode, is now we need to have a contract signing, right?
Oh
You
yeah.
keep having a contract signing with Gunther. Now you could like do that and then have two stipulations. The stipulation one being sure, no DQ, no count out, so Becky has to like win this basically clean.
Yeah,
But then Becky be like, I want a stipulation too, and I don't want Jessica Carr as the ref.
fine.
Fine, let's clear this up now. So I guess we'll find out on Raw, but
Yeah, it was just a bit of it was just a bit of a mess for me,
bit
that
of a mess. Yeah,
that bit.
the biggest disappointment of the night for me for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But
But
then we come to something that was not a disappointment at all. Besides maybe the winner, which is so tough for me to say because I don't mind the winner of this, and that is
yeah,
Penta versus Ethan Page,
I
which was
that for me was
fantastic.
match of the night for me. That was
Same.
it was phenomenal. I don't think there was anything, if at all, wrong.
No, everything was great. The interview with Ethan Page before the match was really good.
Yeah, I
Um,
still can't get on board with this. They're ready to go out and you're interviewing them before. Enough of that. Do it. Like, oh, I caught up earlier. That's fine.
that's fine.
Like,
Yeah, cut back to it, not live right before. I agree, but it was
it's
good.
it's a very messy thing to do it live type thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
like
but either way,
it's that's what it is. I mean, he didn't say anything like too egregious or anything like that. I just thought, he came across incredibly well. Obviously, it is a
yeah,
big moment for everybody, the IC Championship title. I did like what he said to the interview of, I think it was Kathy Kelly, if
yeah,
I'm
it
not
was.
mistaken, saying like, this is the last time you interview me before I'm champ, which is great. That's a great little line. And then they
Yeah,
had just a fantastic match, really. It just was
but
really, really good.
what I will point to, which we've missed, I really loved the fact of the video packages throughout the night
They were
before.
great.
Like, it's not nothing to do with their feud, but it's like, again, like, why they're there, why they're in this match is because of this title, and we'll come to it with the tag team one as well. But they did it for the IC and they did it for the tag team one,
Yeah, it was
which
great.
was great. So
That's good
I
context.
really enjoyed, telling us about the history and the tradition of this title.
Yeah.
Only the best who go on to be the best carry it. It pipes you up in
Yeah,
that
it
sense
does.
of,
Absolutely.
they obviously know Penta is a star and he is one of the best. But if Ethan Page wins it,
Yeah, you put him in that tier, which is
you put
great.
him, you elevate him completely
Yeah.
immediately.
I mean, I know they do it a lot within the IC title picture, but they always say like, the great wrestlers who, and they did in this
Yeah,
promo, some of the greatest wrestlers who became WWE champion after this are like Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock and Bret Hart and etc.
all of it.
etc.
Yeah, like
And
just the
like,
full
yeah,
list.
by having that, and you saying to everybody that Penta could definitely become world champion soon because look how good he is as the fighting IC champ. But Ethan Page,
Yeah,
if he wins, you elevate him, and I think that's where my big disappointment came in. Like again, like we were saying in our predictions,
but we both want. Yeah,
we wanted Ethan Page
we
to win,
want.
but
But
we
I did. Yeah, I know. You had the first match where you had Jade and the Baddies win, and I
yeah.
obviously thought it was going to be a feel good show. Oh boy, was I wrong. But obviously we had Soul winning, which technically she did, weirdly. And then obviously I said Penta would win, and you said Ethan Page, but we were both like, no, for sakes of Ethan Page should win this.
Yeah, yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, I wanted Ethan Page, but I was predicting they're gonna flip hands, but not mad at all that Penta won, and I'm pretty sure I said in that if Penta wins, I understand, and we spoke through it. Check out that
Yeah,
last episode actually to get the full picture of it. I don't know. It just felt to me like this was the one title that should have changed hands on the
yeah,
card,
I agree
just
with you.
to help extend the in universal lore that we have around the IC title now.
Yeah, but
Especially if you're gonna have such a cool hype package beforehand, and then you
yeah,
have Ethan who shits on it completely, be like, no, it's the
the
Ethan Page
Ethan Page
Canadian
championship,
Championship.
this is
That'd be
great.
great.
But I mean, the match itself, unbelievable, and it was, you know
Unbelievable.
why? Because you had two devils there, so you had the crowd favorite in Penta, you had the scumbag Ethan Page. It started off quick, but Ethan Page, using his intelligence,
Yeah,
slowed it down. He rolled and he moved and he slowed everything down. So
yeah.
Penta was trying to keep it high and quick because that's the way Penta wrestles.
Sure.
But Ethan Page, you're doing headlocks and just keeping him down
And keeping the crowd out of it. Great heel work.
yes, and it worked so perfectly. Again, Penta kept going like to the top,
Yeah,
but Page just kept bringing it down. He wanted to slow it down.
and it worked. It worked incredibly well. I mean, like they had quite a few like quick pins here and there
Yeah,
that you also said, like, oh, maybe, oh, okay, that was close. So yeah, with Ethan doing that, like I mean, he looked like $1,000,000. I mean, so did Penta. Like, don't get me
they
wrong,
both looked. Yeah, they both
they
looked
just
great.
looked so good.
They hit their moves.
I'm still coming around to Ethan's confidence breaker because that's not his finisher, right?
No, it's one of his
One of
signatures.
his
Yeah.
signature moves because those are cool, but it's like a one need code breaker.
Yes, and that's what
Um,
I was thinking. I was like, yeah, it is a.
it's a code
It's
break,
just a
but with
one
one
knee code
knee.
break. Yeah,
But the way that they sell that on commentary makes it always sound to me like that is his finisher. But then later on, he does his I can't even remember what it's called now as his finisher,
yeah,
the page plex, I think it is.
yeah.
Um, and they just don't hype that up as much. And like the confidence breaker sounds cool. Like this is not a gripe or anything. I'm just
No,
like
of course.
when I was watching, I'm like, oh shit, he hit his finisher. It's like that generally like if Penta kicks out, we know Penta's gonna win here.
Mm.
But if it's just one of his signature moves, I mean that like got me a little confused because I was like, I can never
Yeah,
remember if it is his finisher or not. But anyway,
But obviously, had Penta do his stuff, and he gained a lot of momentum in the middle, and he
Yeah.
was obviously hitting all of his signature moves.
Yeah,
Uh,
his tope always looks so cool.
yeah,
I love how he flies over the rope. It's crazy. Um, yeah, I mean it's just cool. I would say that because obviously Penta's Penta Driver used to be his finish before everyone started going absolutely crazy for the Mexican Destroyer.
which is a good way to flip it because it can be a finisher.
Of course, yeah, 100%. I will say that I don't think they got a ton of rotation on it in
No,
this match specifically because
no,
Ethan sort of landed very not poorly or anything like that, but it didn't seem to have as much impact as it normally does. But Ethan is a much bigger dude. He's deceptively like swole, you
yes,
know. So but it's again not a gripe or anything. I just noticed that he didn't go like fully across as he does with some like a Javon Evans. But again, Javon Evans being skinny and light and like filled with air.
just moves. Yeah,
Yeah, like I mean, he'll do five backflips before he hits the deck. So it's a little bit different, but it was great. Like
but
again,
he
no
did
no
his
grabs. It was awesome.
yeah, and he did his he did the heel thing where I have to find a way to cheat to win type. So
And
he
I
removes
love
the one
this.
turnbuckle, and then ref's like, no, I need to go and fix it. He just moves the other one.
Which I loved. I mean, I didn't expect that at all. I thought there'd be like once he took the turnbuckle, I was like, oh, here we go. Dumb ref is gonna have his back turned for 9,000 years while
Something's
something
gonna
happens.
happen.
And then he was like, no, no, and he went to the other one. I loved it. I thought that was great. I
And you know
genuinely
what,
thought it was great.
Penta using it.
No issues because he didn't. I mean, it's not like he smacked his face into it. No, he let him run into it
No,
himself.
yeah, and he went chest first. So obviously, it's just like, oh, that pain.
Yeah,
And then he hits his Mexican destroyer, and
yeah, it was great. No, it was honestly, I was
again, great match. Just
match of the
yeah,
night as well for
and it was
me.
just a good. It was just because they both paced it to their preference.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Rather
they
than one compromising to work with the other, they kind of just it felt like they just went, you do your thing, I'll work with it. You do mine, work with me.
yeah, I mean, the chemistry was great because of it.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was great. I thought it was
I look
fantastic.
forward to seeing I look forward to seeing another match with that.
I'm looking forward to Raw to see how Ethan Page comes back from this, to see what he says about it. I mean, I know he's going to say, "Oh, Penta cheated because he used the turnbuckle," but
Yes, and it's
I
like,
want to see how he spins it.
yes.
It'll be really good.
It's like, I don't know, but you were the one who removed it first. No, but I didn't use it. I was temporarily, I was testing it or whatever.
Something.
There's like, I was testing the strength of the turnbuckle
Exactly.
ropes or
I saw
something
this
like that.
loose. I was trying to tighten it. It fell off.
And then Penta attacked me and used the turnbuckle, something like that.
Something
Like
like that.
he'll
Yeah,
blame
which is
everything
great.
else. He's not going to go. No,
Exactly.
he's not going to go. Yeah, no, I lost because
No,
his
no.
ego.
Yeah, exactly. No. So I can't wait to see that part of it. I want to see how he scumbags his way out of this one and into
Yes.
another title shot, which I think will just be fantastic. And then obviously, like we said in the past episodes, obviously now with Ethan losing, Pence is going to look for a new challenger. So you're probably going to have Javon there or Rusev.
Yep.
I'm hoping they involve Finn Balor at some stage just to get him away from Judgment Day and into this. But again, like we were saying,
I don't want to remove Ethan from this picture
no,
either.
not at all. I just want to see like as many moving parts with it as possible,
Yeah, it works
because
both.
it
Like again, we
works.
said it works both ways because Penta, like you said, keeps the open challenge IC title thing going, which is again how we can involve the others.
Yeah, and then
And if we had Ethan, it would have been like, no, I'm like you said, I'm doing like Trick. This is it. You have to earn it.
yeah, and
I
then
am the champ, and
have
you
them
could have
face off
had.
each other. Yeah, exactly,
So there's, like you said, there's a lot of moving parts to this, but it's in a good way
exactly.
rather
Yeah,
than
yeah,
it being too complicated and too convoluted. It works because you can still have the IC title be the premier title here.
yeah, for sure, 100%, 100%. Then we go to not a bad match by any stretch
No,
of the imagination. It
no,
was
I
pretty
wouldn't.
good, and
Yeah,
that is the women's tag match between Brie, Bella, and Paige, and the Irresistible Forces.
I wasn't looking forward to it, but when I watched it, I wasn't disappointed by it.
No,
That makes
again,
sense. Like,
it was a very short match, which I did kind of expect a short match in this sense
yeah,
from them,
shorter
but
than what we
what
were
we were
anticipating.
anticipating, but what we got out of it was quite good. I did
Yeah,
quite like it.
I did quite like everything on it, and again, it showed both sides.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I mean, the Irresistible Forces we knew would dominate, and they did, and they looked
yeah,
really good. I love their finish. of
Yeah, it's
the draping leg
incredible.
drop. It looks fantastic. It
It's
looks like it
brilliant.
hurts.
Yeah,
So I just really, really enjoy that. And the way that they hit that, I think it was on Page, if not mistaken.
yeah,
Um,
so, yeah.
I thought that was it. I thought that was going to be the 1, 2, 3, but then you had like the breakup with Brie Bella coming in.
No, no, no. So
No, it was reverse
It
that.
was yeah, it was Brie who suffered, and then
Yes, and then
Paige
Paige broke it
kicked.
up. Brie runs outside the ring, well, to
She,
recover,
she
obviously.
kicked Lash into Nia to
Yeah,
break up the pin or whatever it
which
was.
also
Like
again
it was clever. It was a
was very
great
clever.
way to get it sorted, like get it out. Because if she wasn't going to reach, and again they were saying it's intelligence there. I'm not going to reach this. I need to use what I can.
Yeah, which is
Lash is closer. Let me get her to break the pin unintentionally.
yeah, which is fantastic. I love this because the whole story they were telling in this match was Paige and Brie are surviving. They're not winning. They are
Yes,
surviving, and I thought they told that story very, very well.
I felt afterwards. I felt I'm glad they didn't do it, but they could have gone to an angle where obviously Lash breaks that pin up because Paige has kicked her, and Nia thinks that it's something else.
Yeah, just to
So you have
also
like
like you start
a
that
little
little
bit of
tension.
internal turmoil. So this is a good way to get them away from each other, and like we want just get Lash into that title picture.
Yeah, for sure. We didn't
But
get that
we
sadly.
didn't. But I'm not mad that it didn't happen either. It's just
No.
on reflection, it's a way they could have gone
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we did say like, look, we want Lash to get pushed here, like as a singles competitor, but we're not mad if there's this full force to stay as a tag team because they are incredibly good, probably the best,
Yeah,
most entertaining tag team at least.
yeah. I think
Um,
they are the best women's tag team.
right
I
now
don't.
for sure.
Everyone likes Charlexa, but I think that's just
I
popularity.
think so.
I think they work better as a unit, and they are a better tag
I
team.
agree. I agree.
So,
So
and
I
it's
guess
nothing away from Charlotte and Alexa. It's just they feel more like a tag team
they
rather
have a
than
name.
one of
They have an
the.
actual name.
Yes,
An actual
that
tag
actually
name.
works. Yes, but
So
it
that
was
was good. It was good.
again, and the finish, as we knew, and we spoke about it, sneaky roll ups. It's how they're surviving to win. I loved Brie using her foot to give that leverage, so
Yeah, I thought it
Nia,
was great.
so she
Fantastic.
couldn't kick. It was a clever
It was,
little
yeah, and again, it wasn't so you don't
small
have
thing.
this like thing where you keep repeating like, oh, it's always a roll up. No, no, this was just a roll up without the roll up part. Again,
Yeah,
it was a sneaky survival instinct thing to do. And again, they had a whole pre-match promo saying like, oh, everyone calling this a nostalgia show, but we are the more experienced one. This showed Brie Bella's experience. She knew
it
exactly how to
was.
get this done.
Yeah, because she was obviously she got battered before Paige got the roll up in, or she got the pin on, and even like Brie was sort of in the corner, like
Yeah, still recovering.
just put her foot out. Like the intelligence there is
That's what I'm
just,
saying. Yeah.
I'm in range. Let me just help.
Yeah, referees not going to see it. Referees don't see
No,
anything. Yeah, this you
not
want
at
to say
all.
we're old and like we've been around so long. Well, this is my experience talking, and
Yeah,
yeah, it helped them win. So I was very surprised by this match. I quite enjoyed it.
yeah, and like I say, was the one that I was not looking forward to, but was not disappointed by.
No, exactly, and I think again it sort of sets up a lot of stuff because now you've got Nia and Lash. You can say, well, look, they obviously had to sneak a win here, but we did
Yeah,
have their number. Obviously Charlotte and Alexa won their trios and their tag team, so they can be like, well, we're still winning, so we can come in. We know Lara and Bailey's got a match with Brie and Paige coming up on Raw, I think it is this
yeah,
upcoming Raw. So yeah, just good for the women's tag titles. It's no issues. It was really
no,
good. I liked it.
yeah. And then obviously, yeah, we got the main event, which was, by the way, it was a good match.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was a good match. It wasn't like I say. Obviously, we know the IC title was the match of the night. This was a
Yeah,
very good match.
this was
It
solid.
wasn't.
Very
It
solid
wasn't
match. Yeah.
like there wasn't anything of.
Yeah, there was
It
no
wasn't,
wow factor. There was nothing that I
no.
like stood up and I was like, oh my god. I mean, like, listen, Montez Ford can do anything. He's from the
Oh,
heavens
it's
is great.
incredible.
When he does that jumping flip over the ring
Corner.
post, it always looks good. But I have seen it before, so again, like just a solid, a really solid good match. Yeah, there was just nothing
Yeah, it took a
show
while to
stopping.
start. It
But
took a
I don't mind that too much.
no. Yeah, it took a while, but obviously, I think to get in ahead where Tez did the quick sneaky roll up.
Yeah.
You know, love a sneaky roll up, but when he did it so early, and he was like,
Mm.
it wasn't really close, but he was like, and
Yeah.
he was
So
getting in the head
yeah,
of Theory
exactly.
and Paul.
And that's sort of the story that they were telling within this. They didn't have a pre-match interview; they had a pre-match promo package, like you were saying, is the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Which was very good, but I didn't really understand this last little bit of it, where you had Montez sort of questioning Dawkins in it, saying like, "Are you ready? Are you focused?" All this, and I know that's because of the little story that they had been telling. It just felt very out of place here,
Yeah.
considering you've shown us Dawkins trying to help Seth once or twice. It's not like he's cost their matches or anything, you know.
No.
Little out of place. But then obviously when you have like, you know, Montez trying to do a sneaky roll up, it sort of made me forget about that as well, which is why it didn't really make sense to me. So
Yeah.
like, okay, well, he's trying to get a sneaky roll up. So obviously this isn't about Dawkins going to be like the face in peril or trying to do too much. So it didn't really set up anything. That's why I just want to bring
Yeah.
it up
Yeah.
here that I didn't really get that. But again, I mean, the match was great.
Yeah.
Well, not great, solid. It was a very solid
Yeah.
match.
Solid one.
Obviously, Austin Theory is just a little bit boring in
Yeah.
everything, which is also not that he was bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just he's not
No,
very.
he's just not entertaining.
No, no.
He's not. I don't like when he's in the ring. I'm not like, what's he going to do next? It's more about what's going to happen.
Yeah, what's gonna happen to him that'll get like Montez
Something.
or Logan or Dawkins in the ring
Because
to get it going again?
because they obviously worked again as they are like as we discussed earlier with Jade and the Baddies. They kept Dawkins away. You know,
Yeah,
they did the heel thing. You made sure it's quite predictable nowadays in tag matches where someone's gonna eat a lot and then
yeah.
you're gonna get the hot tag to someone. But it was clear, like again, really liked the sneakiness where he had the opportunity and Logan Paul ran all the way around the ring just to pull Montez off the apron.
Fantastic. Yeah, great
That's
heel
what you
work.
need to do.
Yeah,
It's like, no, we can't let him get an edge. We have to keep working on Dawkins and take,
take him out. Yeah,
take out the
100%.
fresh man or whatever, fresh person. It doesn't have to be, it could have been Tez eating it and it would get Dawkins in, whatever. It's always going to be Tez getting the hot tag because
It's Tez.
it's Tez.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was clever how they did it.
Yeah, and it was also a very even match. Like, yes, they cut the ring
Yeah.
off for Dawkins and stuff, but no one really seemed to be dominating for very long stretches of time. I think this was the longest match on the card at about 16 odd minutes.
Yeah.
But it was very even for me. Like, I felt like, there were moments where, like, yeah, Dawkins was getting beaten down, but then they got it back, and then Tez ran wild for a bit. So very, very back and forth. And I think that's what brought out Braun Breaker.
Yeah. What I will give is again we've said it before. Logan Paul has no right to be as athletic as he is, and he has no right to be as good as he is as a wrestler. He obviously I don't really care about him on the mic and stuff, but in the ring he is entertaining. And his springboard lariat clothesline that looked like
good.
power because it wasn't like he got in and then he hit it, but he landed weird, but he used it as momentum and he jumped forward and hit hard like
off of it.
And it Ted sold it like it was a proper hard hitting springboard clothesline.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got nothing.
Even on commentary, they were taken aback because they couldn't get out the fact there was a springboard lariat. You had Michael Cole sort of stumble over his words, and be like, "What a lariat!" And I'm like, "You're not wrong, Michael Cole. You're not wrong." Like he almost took his head off. It was great.
It was fantastic, but again.
So, I mean, look,
yeah,
another great thing that came out of this match, though, was you had Braun Breaker come out, but he didn't actually get involved at all because he got his ass pounced.
He got trucked. He got
trucked. It was probably what I actually paused because I was laughing so hard because I didn't expect it. You always expect him to, outside the ring, just absolutely cut somebody in half with his spear.
Yeah.
And Dawkins played it so smart. He was like, "Well, I knew he was going to come down." Yeet, and just lifted him like about 8 feet in the air.
Dawkins is just ready. Tez moved, and Dawkins is just not piss off.
And like, yes, he got him, air, bro. He got so much air on that, and like, I love commentary had like obviously been pre-told this is what's going to happen because they were nowhere near.
They were nowhere near where it was happening. It was like, okay, we're going to slowly get up. We'll see what happens. We know what's coming.
So it was really good. And that's you take Braun out of the picture here. And then you also make Dawkins look smart, which I did really like.
Yes.
And then right after that, you made him look really fucking stupid.
Yeah, it was.
Because, okay, so just to get to the internet. So obviously, they take out Braun Breaker. Then we're back in the ring, and Dawkins, who is legal at this stage, hits, was it Theory? I think it was Theory.
Well, they hit that. Yeah, they hit that.
So I'm just trying to remember who it was. Was it Theory or was it Paul? I think it was Paul. No, it was Austin Theory. So he hits
Well, they hit the
Austin Theory with
tag
the
move.
with the anointed, which is basically just like Dawkins' really good spine buster. It's also very
Yeah,
good. And
yeah,
then from the heavens, Tez goes for the 1, 2, 3, gets one, gets two. Good ring awareness from Austin Theory. He had to roll the
yeah,
right direction towards the ring, like the ring ropes. And then you had the Oracle Paul Heyman put his foot on the rope, which is
yeah,
great.
yeah.
So
And obviously, you know that's going to happen when there's
course.
too
I
much.
mean,
And
too
again,
much going
it's
on.
you kind of knew something was happening. Was when he hit and he bounced and he rolled so close to the
Yeah,
ropes.
I
You
thought.
know something's happening, like in the back of your mind, because you see Paul Heyman lurking, and you just know
Yeah, exactly.
shenanigans is afoot.
Sure, absolutely. But I did like it because it showed like
Yeah,
again
of
like
course.
they more survived this than anything else. But then this is where the stupidity comes in, right? So and you make Dawkins look a little bit dumb. And I guess this is actually where that promo comes in with like Tez saying, "Are you locked in? Are you paying attention?" Yada yada yada.
Mm.
Because obviously Tez gets up, he's going towards for another from the heavens outside, and he gets absolutely clocked by Logan Paul and the Brass Knuckles. So he's taken out. He's out for the count.
Yeah, that. But
And
again,
then
this.
instead of Dawkins being smart about it and just taking his time, he topes out the ring to take out Logan Paul, which set up the pin on Tez.
Yeah, and
It was dumb.
I think I get it. They're still trying to keep this whole knuckle duster, brass knuckles, whatever thing relevant. But make your mind up what you want Logan
Yeah.
Paul to have.
Does he have a
Is it going to,
titanium fist or does he
or
use
does he
brass
use the
knucks?
nuts?
Agreed.
This pick one or the other. Don't because they alluded like, oh, he's got the titanium fist, and then they were like, oh no, but it's the brass knucks. It's not the fist.
Yeah, like I don't understand it because it's not like having both the titanium fist and brass knuckles is going to double the impact. That's not how punches work.
No,
Like at
no, I'm just
all.
pick one or the other, and I get the relevance of it, but it also really it was the one thing that pissed me off because I'm tired of it. I understand why it was done. Don't get me wrong. For the
Yeah.
story, for the match, I understand why it was done, but I'm so tired and bored of this.
Well, you know what I would do in this situation for that is I would give the brass knucks to Austin Theory. So you actually give him like a bit of a gimmick within the vision, right? So
Yeah,
because Logan's got the titanium fist, well, you give Austin Theory that same leg up, right? Because you're trying to, and then you could have a finisher between the two where it's like they're like kind of like a concerto,
yeah.
where like Austin always like cheats, puts on the brass knucks, and then they beat the shit out of someone with like I don't want to say double fisted because that sounds weird. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
you,
I get
you
what you
get it,
mean.
and then that way you get more heat on Austin Theory because there's again the one problem with Austin Theory being a bit boring is the fact that when the crowd boos them, they're only focusing on Logan Paul. They were only chancing to fire Logan Paul or sending Joe Hendry's son about firing him, or trying to. They weren't musically in sync this crowd, but they were a good crowd tonight,
Yeah,
right? But like because then you can have the titanium fist, so you keep that storyline dead straight. That's what Logan Paul uses to cheat, or at least when he hits somebody, it has more impact. And then Austin Theory at least has something else
yeah,
that
because
can sort of level him with Logan Paul in a sense, and then
yeah,
also gets him more heel heat because he's actually cheating with something.
yeah, he just keeps eating or taking a lot with no payoff. And like you say, this makes it more relevant for him because he needs to use that.
Yeah,
And like we said, the Logan Paul using it, pick one or the other. Like you said, he can use his fist, titanium fist or whatever it is, and Theory can have the knuckles.
yeah, and then that's fine. Exactly. You could build like I mean, if you did like a buck, like I don't want to call it the buckshot lariat because you can't, because that's Adam Page's move. But that's
Mm.
where Logan Paul did get it from. But you could have a finisher where it's like the springboard lariat, and then Austin Theory from behind with the brass knucks.
Yeah.
The knuckle lariats or something. I don't know. Come up with a better name. Use ChatGPT this time, WWE. Uh, you know, um, just because then it just gives Austin Theory something else. A little bit more of an edge.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't need to be a talker or anything, but I need something from this dude.
Yeah, he's just bland.
Yeah, he's just always there. I'm like, I always forget he's Logan Paul's partner, which is weird to say.
Yeah, it's just again, I've never really liked Theory, even when he was pushed.
The only time I ever liked Theory was when he was with Johnny Gargano in the way. When he played the idiot,
Yeah,
like young, like son. That was great because he plays an idiot so well.
yeah, but
But
yeah,
he
it's
hasn't
just
done anything, and that was NXT about 5 years ago. Like, we need to move on from that.
yeah, it's done now.
It's done now. So yeah, but I mean, look, it was a solid match. I think we both said the Vision would retain here, um, and they did.
I wanted the Street Profits for what the story could have been, but obviously we got Bron Breakker just tracking them, which I
Yeah,
thought would have
afterwards, yeah, of
led to
course.
Seth
Seth coming out,
helping. But again, you don't want my help. Fine, that's
which I
it.
did. I did appreciate that. Yeah.
Which was good. Which I did for the story itself. I thought was better. It would have been fun to have Seth come out, but at the same time, for the story,
Yeah. Well, now it does set up that story a little bit more because now you could have Dawkins say to Seth, "Well, I know Tess keeps saying stay out of it, but I helped you last week. Where were you?"
yeah,
You know.
yeah,
Because I think they'll keep the story like chugging along, sadly, even though I like, kind of want done with it. But I mean, it does set up some stuff for Monday, so I guess we'll see where it goes. But overall, it was a good
pretty
Saturday
decent
night's
show.
main
Yeah,
event. I
yeah, it was a
no
decent show.
no issues with it really.
Yeah,
Solid matches. Whole show was about 2 hours long. Not a ton of ads, which is great.
yeah, just
The
over two
promo
hours.
packages were really good. I really enjoyed seeing those. Those were great.
Yeah, give us those. Just
More of
keep giving
those.
us more of those.
And sort of yeah, stop making people do interviews right before a match. Like they're trying to like get locked in over you. So I feel you on that. I very
God,
much
it
do.
just irritates me. This isn't like the NBA or the NFL where you can interview a player when they're going into the locker room.
Yeah, because it's not the same.
It's really not the same thing.
They don't do it to MMA fighters. Why are you doing it with wrestlers here? I don't get it. Anyway, but then we got an even bigger pay-per-view, a real pay-per-view, in the sense of it's not like a glorified SmackDown or Raw. Again, this Saturday night's main event was good. I'm
Yep.
not I'm not trying to knock it, but we have AEW Double or Nothing, Gozzy's first AEW pay-per-view. Um, we have a metric ton of matches that we're going to go through. So, and these are our predictions for them. So we're going to start off with the buy-in, just because it's on the
Sure.
card. So we'll go through it real quick. The first one is the conglomeration, which is Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Roddy Strong
Yep.
versus with Boom and Doom, which is Big Boom, AJ, and QT Marshall, versus Shane Taylor Promotions, which is Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Carly Bravo, Sean Dean, Anthony Ogogo. The conglomeration win here is my prediction because
Yeah, I mean, it's
it's
just for me again because it's a part of the buy-in. I don't know if it's just to draw attention or whatever it is,
very much
but
so.
it just there's nothing really. There's no storyline really that I can tell from this.
No, I think it's just match. Like, Big Boom AJ is a guy that used to wrestle professionally for a while, and he's got the Rizzler and some other kid that he hangs out with, and they got a big following. But because of his wrestling and ties and stuff like that, they put him in matches at like these things, get by, and
Yeah.
I see what
Yeah.
I did there. He has a bit of they have a bit of beef with Shane Taylor Promotions from like the previous one where Shane Taylor, I think, pie faced the little kid, the Rizzler, who does this.
Yeah.
And then got absolutely wrecked by the slightly larger child. His name I cannot remember. So there's a bit of a story there, but I think this is more of a case of to get Mark Briscoe and the conglomeration on the show, get a few more eyes on the buy-in itself.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
onto
So
this.
based just on what I know about the wrestlers and whatever's going on, I'll go with you and I say that conglomeration
I think yeah, like
that team wins.
you wouldn't have the conglomeration lose here with Mark Briscoe after he just beat Tommaso Ciampa
After
the
he
other
went
day
through one of the matches
of the year easily.
of the year.
For sure. So yeah, I think we're both sort of locked in on that one. Then the other one is the Ops, which is Hook, Anthony Bowens, and Katsuyori Shibata versus the Death Riders in Danny Garcia, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta.
This is an interesting one because obviously
Yeah, what
there is
is
a
it?
story here.
Mm.
I feel that Death Riders win this one, and it's just to make the point of Osprey made the right choice in coming with us.
I like that. I wasn't sure where to go with this story wise, but I like that. I'm gonna go with you there. Oh
It's
yeah.
more on from what I've been seeing, and obviously I managed to catch it from the start of where they kidnapped or
Allegedly.
abducted,
Allegedly.
allegedly abducted Will Ospreay, and obviously Joe going, be part of our team.
Yeah.
We can get you everything. You know, I can make sure that you're taken care of. Blah blah blah. For me, it feels like the Death Riders win this just so that Moxley can go, Joe, your ops would not have done anything for Ospreay. We brought him in. We've trained him. We're taking him to another level. You can see that by the way that we handle business
I like
and
that.
beat your boys.
See, I like that a lot. I think that makes all the sense in the world. Also, it's the Death Riders. They're just a
And
bigger
I,
faction right now.
I think you go for the clean sweep of it in the sense of Ospreay beats Joe as well.
Oh, then you're gonna have Mox beat Colorado, retain his championship.
I think you
We'll
go for
get
a sweep
there.
of it.
We'll
Yeah,
get
yeah,
there. All right, all
yeah.
right. I feel you. I feel you.
But yeah, I think it
I like
starts
that.
the whole. I think it starts the whole night of this is where this is Death Rider's show.
I think that makes a lot of sense because you wouldn't, at least I wouldn't want there to be a sort of half and half here where like the Ops win this one and then Will Ospreay wins and then Moxley loses. Like this
Yeah.
needs to be like one is more dominant than the other, specifically for that Ospreay storyline that they have running through. So I'm with you on that. I think that's a great take, honestly.
So
no,
that was
I'm with you, 100%. Yeah,
that's
let's
just
go
where I
Death
go with
Riders.
it.
Then also on the buy-in, the final match on the buy-in, we have the tag champs, the women's tag champs, another 5 minute eliminator match, the Divine Dominion, which is obviously Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. Well, I suppose I should say they're like their monikers, right? The Megasis Megan Bayne and the Colossal Lena Cross versus Zeta Steel and Viva Van. I think I'm gonna go Zeta Steel and Viva Van here because I know who those people are.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, yeah,
It's just
cool.
another. It's just an.
It's a
It's good to keep
squash.
the relevance, but it's another squash match to
Yeah,
get them on the card and to get them
I
showing.
think.
I think this one, because it's on Double or Nothing, probably could be pushed to very close within the five. Like they'll push it to very close within the
See,
5
I
minutes,
think they'll go the opposite way. I think this will be the
30
shortest one.
seconds.
I think less. I think this is gonna walk in, smack, 1, 2, 3. It's
Done.
gonna be 8 seconds long. This is gonna be Brock Lesnar and Kofi Kingston all over again. I mean,
Okay.
13-second match here.
I mean, we're in agreement on who wins, but we're
Yeah,
on
for
another
sure.
level of you think it's 10,
Quick.
10 15 seconds. I think this could come down to like they'll win just in time. The
Maybe,
Dominion as
maybe.
well.
Again, I would go with that if I knew who Zeta Steel and Viva Van were. No disrespect to them. Like I hope you
No, of
guys have a
course.
great future and stuff. I've never heard of them ever.
No, neither have I. But that's why I just think it's more of one of those like they're
Yeah.
getting someone's getting closer.
I just
Eventually,
want
when you have a proper tag team in that 5 minute challenge.
you know what I'd like to see actually, and you know what I'm gonna stick with mine. I think mine like it's gonna be super duper fast, but I kind of hope it goes your way, but in a very specific way. And if we go back a couple of years, when you had Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan, right? And obviously this is not exactly the same in the sense that Dan Bryan was very much in full heel mode here, but what he did was he left the ring often and just ran and jogged around it just to keep Brock in the ring and
Yes.
away from him and like frustrate the hell out of him. And then eventually Brock chased his ass around the ring so Dan Bryan could get the jump. I want to see them do this eliminated where they just run away and try and get away with it for the 5 minutes that like ring the bell, and every time the ref gets to a 9 count, they slide in and slide out.
Like through the corners.
Through the corners, exactly. It's like you gotta restart the count. Like, you know, do it that way. Because if you're gonna go right to the limits with these two, I think that's how you do it.
Like Baron Corbin slide, you know, the one where he slides
Yeah,
out, grabs the ring post, swings himself in and whatever. It's like that. It's like slide in, but grab the ring post. So you swing out the other side.
Fantastic. I would
And
love
just
to see
go.
that. Yeah, exactly. I think if you're going to do it that way, do it like that because that would be
Catch me
hilarious.
if you can. Play a little catch me if you can.
100%. 100%. Because these are the two biggest cats and two very irrelevant mice. So I'm really, really down with that.
That could be a fun way to do it. It could be
I think so. I think even if they do like just like battle through like until like 4 minutes 58 seconds, that'd be great to see. But I think in this sense, like a little bit of comedy would go like a long way for it.
Yes.
But okay, I'll stick with my ultra short 5 minute eliminator, and you're gonna go distance.
I'm gonna go there. Push the
distance. All right, then. Cool. Then we have Double or Nothing, the proper. I don't know a better way of saying it. My segue was not great. But we're gonna start off with the monstrous Stadium Stampede match. So we have the Demand, which is Ricochet, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan, the Dogs, Clark Connors and David Finlay, and the Don Callis family, with Andrade El Idolo and the national champion Mark Davis, versus Chris Jericho, the Hurt Syndicate of Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, Young Bucks, at Jungle Jack Perry, and Mr. Kenny Omega himself.
I think you can close it off after this, and I think Jericho wins.
I agree.
I think Jericho's team wins this. Obviously, I'd never witnessed what the original one was, so I don't know what. Like, you've obviously explained several times to me how it works or what goes on. I'd like for it to be an ongoing thing. So, like, you know, it's not
throughout the night. I want to cut back to it.
Yeah, like every now and then between matches, you cut back to them wrestling.
Yeah, I think that's just a funner way of telling this one, for sure.
Stop for like 20 minutes or something. I don't know. 20 minutes.
10, 15 even would be great, because you've got so many working parts.
What's going on, where they start going, and then obviously you cut to different sections and different places where everyone's going to be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could have the food court in the stadium. You can have on the field in the stadium. Leave the stadium. Go to Ben and Jerry's. Have a fight in the ice cream parlor.
Just go to the river.
Go to the river. Wherever. Have a lot of fun with this. I'm with you on that. I do think Chris Jericho's team wins, but I want it to be a continuous throughout the night. It doesn't have to go the whole night. I'm not saying all the way until the main event, but at least 2 or 3 matches in, I still want them fighting. Get involved in one match. Like if you have the Owen Hart Eliminator Tournament match between Swerve and Bandito, for example, have them come through and barrel through the ring for half a second because they're still wrestling. Yeah, and go to the top of the ramp. Fun stuff. I want really fun.
Like literally, come down the ramp, like you say, where they're wrestling. Or they're just about to start. Come down the ramp at speed, like someone's chasing someone else, and slide in and just have the two of them
wrestle for a bit in the ring.
Or just watch them wrestle.
Yeah, exactly. I think that'd be great.
And then they disappear, and then it's all of a sudden it's like,
so ding ding ding, the woman's fatal doorway has begun.
It's just like a weird schlock of things going on. I'd love for that.
I want it to be messy. I want it to be like comedy level stuff. I think it has the opportunity to be really, really funny.
Yes.
And obviously a great wrestling match, because you have some of the best wrestlers on the planet in this match. So
and pair them up. Pair everyone up as they need to. Because obviously you don't want to see Mark Davis fighting against Nick Jackson. He's got beef with Jack Perry. Let them be the ones going at each other.
Yeah, you have obviously Andrade, who wants to become the world champion. So you need him to fight Kenny Omega here, because you want to see that. You know,
he then needs to be like, Kenny Omega was a champion. I need to prove that I can be a champion by beating the champion.
Yeah, the Young Bucks have beef with the Dogs. Exactly.
Yeah, have those two teams go against each other. Have the Hurt, because the whole thing started with the Demand.
Yeah, have the Demand versus Jericho and the Hurt Syndicate.
Like, have that work the way it is. Like, pair them up properly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would
every now and then have someone come in and help or whatever. Like if they get an edge, have them start with their proper relative,
and then branch off again. Yeah, I'm with that. So, look, I just think this match is going to be super duper fun, and I really hope it is. We've seen some crazy stuff at Stadium Stampedes in the past. I don't think we're going to get Sammy Guevara getting run over by a golf cart again, because they sort of banned that, or Matt Hardy getting a very bad concussion at the hands of Sammy Guevara. That was a wild match. Actually, thinking back, that was really insane. But I think this is going to be like a really fun, exciting match. I hope it goes at least a few matches into the other matches.
Yes.
You know, keep cutting back. You got all the opportunity here.
And then obviously, if you want it to be relative, have the finish be between matches in the ring or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can have, like, if you want it to be relative.
Have Mick Foley sort of in the ring with Renee Paquette. You know, like cutting a promo. Like next up is like the start of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Your match. We're a little bit of a history behind it, and then have everyone come in.
Everyone come back to the ring and
have Mick Foley hit somebody with Barbie. Dope. You know, that'd be excellent.
But again, you know, we've talked about what we want, but winners, Jericho's team.
I think the baby faces take it. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go Jericho's team win the Stadium Stampede. We do have the beginning of the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament quarterfinals, where we have the forever Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena versus Mina Shirakawa.
Okay, I don't want us to. how do I put this? I don't want it to sound like there's no relevancy here, but I think because Mina Shirakawa is a actual AEW contracted wrestler, I feel she wins this. I feel she wins this. I'd like to see Athena win it because I really like what she does.
Yeah.
But I feel Mina Shirakawa wins this.
I'm going to go the opposite. I think Athena wins this.
Mm.
Because as much as she is like the forever Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, I do think there is, if I were her at least, there should be a bigger push to get her onto AEW more, so people have more eyes, and she has a lot more sort of again, relevancy isn't the term I want to use, but less people watch Ring of Honor than AEW, right?
Yes, yeah.
So I can see Athena coming in and winning this to put her on AEW Dynamite and Collision more, going through the tournament itself. You bring a lot more relevance to the fact that she is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. You get her showcase. I love Mina Shirakawa, but I don't think she would go far in this tournament beyond this match if she did win.
Yeah.
I think she works better in
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's on your bracket side?
I don't have the brackets up. I can get them up real quick.
I did make a note of it somewhere. That's why I just wanted to have a look.
Oh wait, no, I don't know. Can get this up.
But I did put the brackets in here somewhere.
That's the women's one.
Yeah. So I've got Ministry of Con. Yeah, so it's Sky Blue and Saray.
Saray. Yeah, sorry, Saray.
Apologies for butchering it, but it's that side. So
Persephone versus Hazuki, and then the wild card, Britt Baker versus Alex Windsor. It's Britt Baker. It's got to be. Stop it, again. Stop it. Look, again, I can just see Athena winning it in this bracket, and then facing off against
probably Sky Blue.
I'd assume Sky Blue because, again, just a little bit more relevance with her as opposed to Sari, who has been on AEW TV a lot, but not lately.
Yeah, and if you go, which we'll get to it, if you go with the fact that Thekla wins,
I mean, unless they're going to sign Sari. Is she signed? Sorry to interrupt you there.
That's all right, but I will say, so imagine Sky Blue goes the distance, wins it, and you still have Thekla as champion. Because you'd have two members of the Triangle of Madness there.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying it's a way to break them up. I don't obviously know what's going on there, but you could have that. You could. And you see where the power dynamic could come in, and Thekla might just go, well, let's just do the Finger Poke of Doom type thing. You lay over for me, so I can stay champion. Or is Sky Blue going to be like, no, I earned this? You know what I mean? Like,
I think
it's going part. We still have to discuss what's happening in the Fatal 4-Way, but what I'm saying is, if that's the way that it goes,
it makes a lot of sense there. Again, I mean, I would just really like the fact that if Athena makes it all the way and wins the tournament, the Forever Ring of Honor World Champion versus Thekla. Again, this is just like the many ways it could go.
Whoever the champion is going to be either way. If you do that, you say the Forever Ring of Honor champion, which I got nothing against. So
for sure.
You know, obviously you have a better understanding. I'd like to see Athena win it, but I again, not for it to sound as terrible as it is. I think for relevancy, it might be an AEW contracted wrestler.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go Athena. You're gonna go Mina. Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Okay, cool. Then moving straight on to the first match in the men's tournament for Owen Hart. We have the most dangerous man in AEW, Swerve Strickland, versus El Campeón, the Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito. This could go either way.
Yeah, this could go either way. I would say that Swerve wins for the sake of he's just come back from his layoff, and you know he's people. From what I could tell, people despise him, but people love him.
Very much so. Very, very much so. Because what he does is despicable, but he is Swerve Strickland, and he's cool as hell and awesome.
I agree with you. This could go either way, but for the sake of the bracket, I think Swerve wins it.
I think this has the potential to be match of the night.
Yep.
Because Bandito is incredible, Swerve Strickland is incredible. I'd be worried if Swerve did win, because then he does beat the world champion of Ring of Honor, which could look bad. But I am gonna go with that because I think we're gonna have a more return to the dastardly side of Swerve. I think he's gonna do
Sure.
some mean stuff in this match, some dark shit to get the win. I think he might have a moment where Bandito gets like the visual win, like the visual pin on Swerve, and like
Yeah.
Prince Nana gets involved and distracts the referee or something like that. But I do think Swerve wins here. I think he cheats to win in this, like in the sense of he takes a chair and does something mean.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
but again, I'm just looking forward to this match. These two can go. I think genuinely has a chance of absolutely taking the cake for match of the night. I can see it.
Yeah.
A lot of the matches here could,
Oh yeah, there's a ton of matches that could take the night, depending on
but
how you want to look at it
yeah, it depends on what you like in wrestling, and that's what
and what you
AEW
look.
does. It's so
Yeah,
good in that sense because you're gonna
the
have a
stadium stamp
match.
because the stadium stampede, being what it is, could be fantastic. It could be the match of the night.
Yeah,
But again, it could be for different reasons because it's so stupid and so silly. It could be the match of the night,
yeah,
not because it's a wrestling spectacle, which Swerve and Bandito could be, or Osprey and Joe, or even
or Mox
Mox
and
and
O'Reilly,
Riley.
which is gonna be a technical like beatdown. It's gonna be
It's gonna,
crazy. There's
yeah,
so many.
it's there's very different ways and styles that these matches are going to be. So they literally, you could have four matches of the night, but for four very different ways of looking at wrestling rather than just looking at it as wrestling.
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%. 100%. But okay, cool. So we're both going Swerve Strickland here.
Yeah, I'm going
Alrighty.
Swerve on that one.
Then we got the final Owen Hart Foundation quarterfinal match. Osprey versus Joe. Well, Osprey versus Samoa Joe.
I'm sticking with what I said earlier. I'm going with Osprey to beat Joe. They'll, I think they'll put on a hell of a spectacle, and I just feel Osprey winning it. And like I say, because I think it's a Death Riders
Nice.
night, they'll win everything.
Fair enough. Okay.
So, and it will be tighter than I think people are expecting it to be. But again, it's just so Osprey has the leg up on Joe to go. This is why I went with the Death Riders.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Will Osprey as well, especially based on what you said about like sort of the Death Riders sweeping it this evening. Um, I don't think it'll be a clean sweep, and we'll get to that in a bit. But I do think Osprey wins here because of the story that they're telling. It doesn't make sense for him to lose to Joe here at all.
Yeah.
He's also leading a bit more into the darker side of stuff, so I could also see a little bit of shenanigans. Maybe the Death Riders come down as well at some stage to not interfere so much, but keep an eye on him to sort of make sure that he gets the idea that he better not lose this match.
Yeah.
More than anything
Apply
else.
that pressure. Apply that
the
pressure to
Exactly.
Osprey to kind of just go. You've done the training with us. We've prepared you for this.
Yeah, we
this
just
is your
won.
dream match with one of your dream opponents. Like you say, we've won.
What are you doing?
It's your turn.
It's
your turn to prove that it's your turn to prove that by us taking you in and training you, you understand what you need to do and who you need to become.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go Will Osprey there. That was eloquent, actually. That was really good. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Yes. Well done. Again, also could be a match of the night contender. I'm looking forward to this one a lot. I love Will Osprey. Loves
Love
Mojo.
Joe.
Yeah, let's go. I think it's also such a good clash of styles. I think, no pun intended. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yes, of course.
because Joe is just like
Joe's
meat and potatoes, like
ground
and pound, kick the shit out of you. And Will Ospreay's leaning more into that, but he is the aerial assassin. I think they're gonna have a batting match. It's gonna be so good. Then we're gonna go from that to very similar styles in the AEW Continental Championship match. No time limit this time.
Yep.
John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly.
You already know my answer about what I said.
Clean sweep for John Moxley and the Death Riders.
So it comes twofold. One, because I feel this could, and I mean, I got Saturday night's main event completely wrong. I thought it was a clean sweep for the good ones. This could be horribly devalued. But it's one, because I feel like the Death Riders get the sweep, and two, because Moxley hasn't beaten O'Reilly, he will do whatever he can to beat O'Reilly in this match. With no time limits, it will still be technical, and it will still be one trying to outsmart the other, and it will be what kind of similar to what we got. But I think there's going to be more hard hitting impact from Moxley in this match.
I feel you. I feel
And,
that.
and that's what I think. This is the match where Mox makes it 2-1. Like I have to prove again. It's the whole thing. There's also the added pressure. If he's the leader of the Death Riders, if you've just seen
Everyone else
everyone win,
yeah.
there's that added pressure on you. And it's like, am I the can I be the true leader?
Sure.
I have to beat O'Reilly because I haven't beaten him. If I win, I am the leader. I am not better, but I proved that I can go toe to toe with Kyle O'Reilly and I can beat him. I think there is a bit of respect that's shown afterwards either way.
I think so. Definitely.
Whether O'Reilly wins or Moxley wins, I think there's a show of respect in it.
Okay, so I'm going to go the opposite here. Not a clean sweep for the Death Riders.
Fair.
Just
You're
as a
entitled
massive, as a massive Kyle O'Reilly fan, I do want to see him be the one guy who has never lost to John Moxley, right?
Fair. I like that.
And that's just a personal thing. That's got nothing to do with the story.
I do like that because it does enhance the fact of you really still have to prove you are the leader. Right. You have to prove that you can beat me. You still haven't.
Now the story as well that we and I think they're doing such a good job of making us sort of forget is the whole reason Will Ospreay came back was to take out the Death Riders.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I can see John Moxley dropping the title to Kyle O'Reilly and saying he can't beat this one dude. But look at my teammates. I have been building them up so they keep getting wins. Even Will Ospreay, who should have been on the ops, for real.
Yeah.
And he keeps going with that because I do think this is a build up to All In, which is in London, because you probably want to see Will Ospreay go all the way to the finals of the Owen Hart, because then you do win a championship title match. I don't think Darby holds that the whole way through because he keeps having these open challenges. So what would probably happen is you would probably have, after another just incredible 3, 4, 5 matches, however many that you would need to do to get it sort of closer to All In, which is in August.
Yeah.
His final match is going to be against John Moxley, and John Moxley is just going to pick the bones of this battered down, way too many dangerous matches, Darby Allin.
Right.
Obviously, that means my prediction for the Darby matches he retains, but we'll get to that. So then that way you set up the AEW World Title match between John Moxley and Will Ospreay at AEW All In London. Home field advantage. You've been learning from John Moxley from the beginning. Titles on the line. I think it raises the stakes there.
Yeah.
And
can see that.
This is nothing, and this is just going to also say, like, Kyle O'Reilly has John Moxley's number, and he'd be a great Continental title. I mean, I do like the conglomeration, but I really enjoy. I mean, I'm an Undisputed Era guy. It was Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roddy Strong, and Bobby Fish. But when Kyle O'Reilly separated from them, and it was him versus Adam Cole, and him being Cool Kyle during that AEW run, I thought it was so fantastic, and I'd like to see him have more of a solo run as opposed to just always in the funny sort of goofier trios matches and stuff. Not that I don't dislike those by any stretch of the imagination. I love the conglomeration, love Mark Briscoe, but I do want to see him do a little bit more within AEW. So I think with the no time to mature, I think you have the Death Riders come out with Will Ospreay, pressure's on, and he taps again. I think John Moxley taps, and I think that technically this is going to be a phenomenal match. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Kyle O'Reilly here, and I feel like I'm very
wrong.
It's good to
have this, but again, you can see it from the longer storytelling point of view, in that sense of you also know the history between them and what's between all of them, shall I say? As a newcomer, and I'll use that term because I really am. I've seen bits and bobs, but I wasn't a consistent AEW fan or watcher, shall I say?
Getting there?
Consumer.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there because I've been, doing this helps watching. That for me in this immediate, from what I see, that's the reason why I've obviously gone with my pick. But it's great to get your perspective of it as well, because now that I have an understanding of it, either way, I'd be excited.
Sure. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm with that. Again, I love it. I mean, obviously, like when we agree on stuff, because then we go through it. But
Yeah,
when we
it's
disagree,
good
we
to have
also have like the whole like mindset of like what's gonna. It does veer off into fantasy booking area, but we're not doing that right now. Like this is
no,
just like what we think's gonna happen, which is great.
yeah.
Then we have I don't know why, but it's the match I'm least looking forward to, and that is the AEW World Tag Team Championship New York Street Fight I Quit match. That's the entire title of the stint, by the way. Where you have Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, and if they lose, they can never team again versus FTR.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested, but I'm not excited
Fair, okay.
because I'm more interested to see the outcome than to see what happens in the match.
I think that's why I'm not excited for it. I just don't think the match is going to be very good.
No, it's gonna be it could be a mess.
It could be. Look, I mean, like, and this is taking nothing away from Cope and Cage or
It's nothing to take
FTR,
away from their wrestling
but
experience and their wrestling ability. It just I'm more interested in just finding out what happened rather than having to sit through
yeah,
the match to know what happens.
I agree. I agree so much with that,
Weirdly,
actually.
and
Yeah, it's weird to say.
again
I feel
love.
dirty saying it, you know?
Yeah, I love watching them wrestle.
It's
All
like
of them.
This is like Taz on Dark Side of the Ring, where he's like telling everybody how him and Bam Bam put like a hole in the mat. He's like, I feel dirty talking about it like this. I'm like, I feel you, Taz. I feel you. So we grew up with Cage and Co. We did, right? And we
Yeah.
love them as a tag team. I think they lose here. I do. I don't see them going forward as a tag team at all.
Yeah, so I can see it both ways. It doesn't, for context, predicting who wins. If I'm honest with you, I don't. It's not that I don't care. I don't mind either way, right?
Sure.
Because it'd be fun to have them win the titles, and then you have a real nostalgia tour, not in the sense of what we're getting in WWE with Paige and Brie, but
Yeah.
like an almost real nostalgia tour where, cool, we can have Cope and Christian take on various other teams as a tag team for the title. Yeah, for the title, whatever. Come full circle and have them lose to FTR in 6 months, and then that's it. They're done.
Yeah.
But if FTR win, that's fine. I don't mind seeing Cope and Christian not teaming again. I think we've seen it for so long, but because they have such a history of coming back to being a tag team or supporting each other, there's still it's there.
I feel you.
So,
I feel it's
like I say, I won't mind either way. I can't really say that I'm wanting one team to win more than the other, but I can understand if either team wins this.
I feel you. I agree. I think that's what makes it. So I think they'll lose. I do. Is that my prediction? I'm not sure because again, I can see it going either way. Same as you, exactly from what you said. Because again, you said it very eloquently. But a lot of the time, I don't have to do any heavy lifting over here. Not that I ever do, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I agree because either way, if they go their separate ways, cool. I'd love a Christian Cage solo run. I'd love another Cope solo run. If they win, I'd love that nostalgia, like Cage and Cope run. It'd be great. The reason I think, all right. Well, before I carry on, what's your prediction? Who do you think is what's your prediction win?
My prediction is that Cope and Christian win.
Okay, cool. My prediction,
and it's also so Christian can get his damn watch back from Stoke.
Fair enough. My prediction is that I'm gonna go FTR. I think my prediction is FTR. I just have a feeling that they'll get a lot of justice.
Yeah.
Cage will get his watch back. They'll concerto one of them at some stage during this, because again, it's an I Quit match. So you got to get these people to quit, right?
Yeah. You have to literally lay the law down.
So they'll like concerto somebody to get a little bit of. I mean, we said in our other podcast the other day, like I'd love Beth Phoenix to run down so she can get a bit of justice here as well. It's I Quit match, anything goes.
Yeah.
During the stadium,
get involved.
Yeah, for sure. We know this. But during Stadium Stampede, have them wrestle backstage and just have a quick little Beth Phoenix glimpse. Like, oh, sow the seeds. You know what I mean?
Or someone who looks like her from behind
exactly.
and like, oh, but is that Beth Phoenix?
Yeah, exactly. So you can have something like that, right? But you need to, if FTR are going to win this, you need to make sure that Cope and Cage get theirs back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they beat them down. They just get to a point where they can't anymore. and then they maybe have like a bit of a share respect moment, like kind of like a DIY versus revival situation where they're both in the middle of the ring, both telling each other not to quit, and one of them's like, it's not worth this anymore.
Yeah.
Because we still
I
haven't
can see
gotten
that.
a real Cage and Cope proper feud. It has happened in AEW in the past for a little bit, but with FTR involved, with the Cage's family involved, the patriarchy, but I can see them not going forward as a tag team anymore. It's big headline grabber. Cage and Cope never allowed to be a tag team anymore. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate saying it because I don't want that, but I'm going to predict FTR. Yeah, I'm going to have to
Yeah.
go that way.
I think more why I chose Cope and Christian at the same time as well is, again, it's been reported that Cope is saying, like, I don't know how much longer I have, and that's why I said this could be the nostalgia tour. I get
Sure.
one last time I get this title run with my best friend of 50 years or whatever it is, 40, 50 years.
Fair. So I feel like if this wasn't for the AEW tag titles, I
Mm.
would be more inclined to go that way, because
Yeah.
if this was just a New York Street Fight I Quit match, and then they beat the shit out of FTR, and then that wins them the right to challenge for the titles. So this is, it's like you either get the right to challenge for the titles in a real match, which is FTR's bread and butter. That's what they're known for.
Yeah.
Or if you lose, you can't tag anymore. Then you build up that sort of run for it, that nostalgia run for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, I mean, this is just this is the toughest one to predict, but also my least favorite looking match on the card. But you never know. This could also steal the show for all we know.
Yeah, of course.
Man, I want to
So
see. It's an I Quit street fight. Let's see. It'll be in the street for sure. It'll definitely be in the parking lot. AEW is not afraid of doing that. Um, hopefully the Stadium Stampede match is still going on at this stage, and then they just get it like
that
all
they
mixed
end up
up.
going out.
Like, can you see like something out of like a Scooby Doo, or like where the room goes dark, and then there's just punching, and the lights come back on, and then it turns out FTR is actually beating up on the Young Bucks by accident, and Edge and Cope are fighting the dogs. It's like, oh, sorry, our bad.
No, yeah, we got mixed up. Sorry.
You guys
To
do it
add a
again.
little bit to the comedic effect.
It happens. Get back to it. That could be great. I'd love to see that sort of thing.
It's good fun. Like, again, it's all fun to talk
Yeah.
about, and hope if it happens, it would be amazing. But yeah,
We'll see.
I think
we'll definitely see.
I think we've.
Listen. I mean, this one's tough to predict, but okay, cool. So you're going Cope and Cage. I'm going FTR. Let's get into the next one, which is also like this could be match of the night. This could be match of the year potentially, even depending on how it goes. And you have the AEW International Championship between the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada versus the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita.
Yeah, again, obviously, you've given me a sort of a rundown of how this works. I can obviously what I can see.
Sorry, just to jump in there. I think what also is going to be really nice with this one is for AEW, they will have good promos prior to these matches, explaining the history and stuff like that. Not for everything, but definitely like the Stadium Stampede match, probably the Owen, not for every match, but like just the Owen Cup as a whole.
Yeah.
FTR and Cope and Cage, and then definitely this match for sure.
Yeah.
So it'll help.
I think based on what you've been saying and what you tell me, I think Takeshita beats Okada, and it causes a massive issue within the Don Callis family, between just the three of them, not with everyone else, but just literally between Don Callis, Takeshita, and Okada.
That is 100% my prediction. That's exactly mine.
Because, like you said, they're playing niceties for now because they're part of the Don Callis family. But I think Takeshita wins, Okada loses his shit. Don Callis obviously has his.
So, yeah, like I was saying to you the other day, like, Okada is Don Callis' technically his favorite because he is their champ.
Yes.
But that dude flip-flops like more than the Big Show does when it comes to this sort of thing, And as soon as Takeshita wins, well, that's going to be his golden boy, his golden goose going forward.
Yes.
There is the possibility, because we did see with the AEW Championship match with Takeshita and Darby the other day, he refuses to go fully dark and cheat to win. And I can see Don sort of turning on Takeshita if that's the case. Like, Okada's should be losing, and, I put a bullet in it. He has the screwdriver.
Yeah.
Takeshita's like, no, and then Okada beats him because of that, or like, because he gets distracted. And then
Well,
Takeshita goes full face. But I
yeah.
don't think that'll happen. I think Takeshita beats Okada here as well because it'll just cause more internal strife within the Don Callis family.
Do you think it'll if you're saying like he wants him to embrace that dark side of it? You say like, oh, here's a screwdriver, and he's like, no. Do you think he then goes fine and he gives it to Okada and Okada takes it or something? Do
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like
that's
it's like,
that's exactly what I
who is
mean.
the one that really wants this?
Yeah,
Are you going to take advantage? You say no, okay, cool. Okada, take here's the chair, or here's the screwdriver, or here's whatever. Use this. No, okay, fine. Okada, use this. Just win. Get this over and done with.
I think so. I think that's exactly how it happens. I think Don Callis like sort of chooses a side towards the end of the match. It doesn't work, um, probably, but I think this time it probably does. And Takeshi's like, I don't need it done. Leave me alone, and then wins anyway. Because then you could have a card being like, "Were you trying to get him to hit me with a screwdriver?
Mm.
You know, why is this?" And they're like, no, I was trying to give it to you. Like, you could have Don be his slimy self
Yeah.
throughout this whole thing. But yeah, I'm gonna go Takeshita as well here. I think it's time that you put a belt on him. Okada has been a great champ, but I also think they want to move him more into the world title picture as well, a little bit more.
Yeah, it would make sense because obviously Takeshita didn't win the world title
Yeah,
when he fought Allen or when he fought Darby. By having him become the champ, you like you say, you can then push Okada towards going into that world championship
yeah,
side.
exactly. Because we,
And if he wins, if he ends up winning at some point, he can hold it over to Takeshita and be like, well,
no,
it's
for
fine that you've
sure,
got that.
for
I'm
sure.
the world champion now.
No, exactly. And I think that's why it works a bit better because he does. Okada does have a match coming up with Darby, right?
Yeah.
So I don't see. Obviously, AEW is not afraid to have a double champ, but I can't see them doing that. Not to Darby now.
Yeah.
So I could see Okada losing and then challenging for it. Then Takeshita, because he's won now, he's still better than you, like than Okada. Cost him anyway, just because like no, I beat you. You don't get a world championship now, you know.
Yeah.
And then they carry on with that story going forward. So it's just the two of them. But then at least you have Okada in the back part being like, well, he didn't technically lose clean because Takeshita got involved. Because also Okada kind of didn't he get involved with the Takeshita match? No, that was Don Callis. We
No, it
just
was
spoke
done.
about that.
Yeah, yeah, it
But
was just
still,
done.
either
Yeah.
way, I think Takeshita takes this one, and
Yeah.
I think it just opens up a lot more doors story wise for Takeshita and Okada going forward.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Alrighty. Then we have the Fatal 4-Way AEW Women's World Championship match. You have the Toxic Spider Tekla versus Jamie Hayter, Karashida, and Chris Statlander. We kind of spoke about this a little bit the other day. I think we both think Tekla retains here
Yeah, yeah,
because we're
I'm with
definitely
that.
gonna
Yeah,
have Sheeta and Statlander. Obviously, like they'll tag up a bit, they'll take out the other two, they'll beat them down, but there will be a moment where one of them's
one
about
of
to
them.
win, and like probably I'd probably assume like Chris Statlander, and then Sheeta stops it from happening, and then
Yeah,
they just start fighting and get completely taken out the match by themselves.
this is the full implosion.
The full implosion happens here, so they're out, and then you have Jamie Hayter versus Tekla, which I mean, again, if you're trying to like long term storybook, you probably want like Jamie Hayter around the title picture or with the title honor going into All in London, but I think that's way too soon. She's still part of the Brawling Babes, and Alex wins is in the Own Heart tournament. So you could
Is it
have, I
Brawling
mean,
Birds or Brawling Babes? Birds.
I think it's the Babes? Birds, what did I say?
Yeah. Either way, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I get it because obviously you'd kind of, yeah, if you like you say you want her to be in the title picture, but there's nothing wrong with having them be in the tag title picture
Yeah.
as well because again, hometown favorites.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how, as long as she's like with
One
of
of
them,
them
yeah.
is involved.
Yeah, I mean, I could also see like if Jamie Hayter does lose, which I think she will, in this match, she could be the wild card for the Owen, and because
Yeah, and it
whoever the
would be her
wild card
against
is,
Alex Windsor.
exactly.
Yeah,
So you could definitely have that, and then like lead up to whoever wins that tournament to be in the title picture that way. So even if it is Alex Windsor, who's also British,
yeah. Or you
you
could, or if you want to go the other way, you could if you have Jamie Hayter win,
Alex Windsor versus Jamie Hayter.
or you could have because you could, but you then have Thecla throw herself into that wild card and be like,
Oh, I
this
like
is my
that.
opportunity to get there. I know I probably have a rematch, but I'm here. Like,
I
yeah,
can see
Jamie
that.
Hayter, but I'm fighting to get the champ, and then I can compete again, and you can have round 2 without necessarily having all this shtick of having a rematch or whatever it is. It's more like she has to earn her way back into winning it.
Sure, I feel that. Oh, I like that a
So
lot.
there's
I
a
like
way.
that a lot.
There's a possibility. I don't think Statlander or
Sheeta, yeah.
Sheeta win it. I think it's
I think they'll
Hayter
take each
or
other out for
Thecla.
sure. This will
Yeah,
be the full implosion. It's about
yeah,
time. I don't think they get in as much like heat for what they're looking to get out of this little feud that they have. So I think implode it now, and then
yeah,
let these two just have excellent matches with each other for
yeah.
a
Of
little bit.
course.
But yeah,
I think Thecla. I would go with what we originally spoke, and Thecla wins this, and
I think she retains.
yeah,
Yeah,
because so you could have it both ways in the sense of if she wins it, like you say, you could have Jamie Hayter slot in at the wild card.
yeah. Have an all British, all in women's championship match, which would be great. Would love to see that. Or I like yours. I like yours a lot. Like if Tekla does lose and she
She
inserts
puts
herself into
herself there,
that,
and
because then you could have Sky Blue lose and then just help Tekla throughout the whole tournament with Julia Hart as well.
yeah.
The Triangle of Madness just helping her like just cheat to win all the way through, and
Well, you could end up getting
there.
like like we said, you could instead of if Sky Blue doesn't win it, like if she doesn't win the tournament or she did win the tournament, you could have this another one of these internal conflicts of
Yeah,
imagine the two of them get to the final and Tekla's like, no, it's I was the champ, but then Sky Blue's like, no,
finger poker doom it.
I need or and then Sky Blue's gonna go, no, I want to be champ as well. Like let's
Yeah.
just actually see who should be the leader.
Yeah, because Sky Blue was a babyface for a very long time, and then I thought out of nowhere kind of just joined the Triangle of Madness. I know they were trying something different with the character, but people
So
do
there's
love. She's really good. There's lots of working parts here. I think it's
yeah,
really
there's
good.
different ways of incorporating all these different
Mm.
matches and these different looks and outcomes
Yeah,
of various aspects.
yeah. So I think I don't know. I think it's also going to be a very good match. I think this
Yeah, it's
Fatal
gonna be
Boy is going to be
yeah,
really
it'll
good.
be fantastic.
But yeah, I think yeah, we're sticking with
But let's
Toxic
not
Spider
forget,
versus Tekla.
no DQs. So we could get Triangle of Madness
We
interfering.
will definitely get some interference here
If
for
that
sure.
happens, we will get Alex Windsor coming out to support Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, for sure.
She, Sheeta and Statlander are supposed to have each other's backs, but
That
this
would
is
happen.
feels like the implosion.
It's got to be. I can see it happening.
So it's
There's no
there's
if
not
nuts or coconuts with that one, like for sure.
no
They're definitely gonna take each other out. I wonder if they'll do like the opposite of an implosion and actually just hash it out and beat the shit out of each other and have like real respect for each other afterwards.
could do.
You know, because it's about time. Like maybe this is just like sometimes friends need a fight. You know,
Yeah,
just to get it out, just all this pent up frustration. But she does very much more a heel right now. But anyway,
yeah,
so we're going Toxic Spider here. Take them.
yep.
All right,
Technically, then, yeah.
then the match, the big one. Big Hebrew himself, MJF, and his lovely, luscious locks of hair versus Darby Allin, King Car Crash. That's his new moniker, actually. I'm going to call him King Car Crash when I just
King
came up
Car
with
Crash.
that.
Again, this is like the for me. This feels like the Ethan Page Penta match from WWE.
Very much so.
I can see it working parts for both of them winning.
Yeah, because either way, it tells two really good stories.
It's so hard because I have so much more appreciation for a heel now, and MJF just works phenomenal
Yeah.
when he's champ. But when he's not champ and he's chasing like he is now, he's just as good. So it's hard.
I feel
Like
you.
this is a tough one for me to really have a prediction. Like this is the toughest one for me to predict.
I think just to jump in there, you had a really good point though about his hair the other day.
Yeah, because you have to shave it to let it grow
Yeah.
again. So at some point you have to allow the mass. So yeah, I mean, for
Which has
logic,
swayed me a little bit. I've been thinking about I haven't stopped thinking about that one singular point. I'm like, actually you kinda have to do that.
logically, I'm going Darby Allin. But
Like you said, so tough.
it's so tight. Like if I'm looking at it, it's like a 50 point 5 whatever percent Darby to win it, 49.5% MJF, however you want to round this. It's so difficult.
Don't know. Listen, based on
I'd
all of
love
that,
to see it because the thing is, I'd love to see it in the sense of okay. So I thought about this as well. Darby Allin wins and they shave MJF's head.
Hmm.
Right? You could have this real funny shtick of MJF wearing a toupee.
I was thinking the same thing, like Kurt Angle did, right?
Yes,
Exactly
you
like
could
that.
have him
Yes,
wearing the toupee
I would
and
love
just
that. And
having
just
that,
point
and
it
then
off. No, it is my hair.
yeah, no, we didn't shave my head. Like
No,
he's in complete denial.
complete denial. I see. I was thinking the same thing, and I would love that.
He's in complete denial. He starts wrestling with the toupee on, but then obviously it keeps coming off in all of his matches, and he just gets panicked and worried about people seeing him
Yeah,
bald or whatever.
100%.
Like it could be so much fun.
And then also the interactions backstage with all the bald headed guys. You know, it's like, oh, you're one of us now, and like just like really, really like bogging him down with it. It would also just be comedy gold.
Yeah, it's like you know what I was thinking. It's like that from Family Guy. It's like we have that unwritten rule or the unwritten bond like all bald men have. And then there's two bald guys in the elevator, and someone says, "Oh my god, I thought he'd never leave." And they start licking each other's heads. It's like one of those things, like completely stupid, off the walls. But it's just honestly,
Yeah, you could have so many moments like that backstage when you just see each other, like the guys like shave each other's hair like before a match. You know, all the ball. It's like, hey MJF, you want to get in on this?
it's just like MJF standing there, and then like someone like Ciampa coming up and just standing next to him, going, putting his
Yeah,
hand on top of his
yeah.
head, and just one of those on top of his head, and it's like,
him
and you could see it pissing MJ off so badly.
dude, I mean, him and Chris Jericho have so much history in AEW, and having like Chris Jericho interact with him now that he's bald and all the bald stuff he's been saying with Ricochet would be
Yep.
insane. I can see them doing like a really stupid vignette of MJ just walking the streets sad and alone, going past different barbershops. Like, you know, like those old segregation signs like back in the 60s, you know, it's like no balds allowed or something stupid like that, you know what I mean?
Like something ridiculous. Yeah,
Something ridiculously stupid like that. I mean, it's open for some of the funniest stuff you could ever see. And again, like just based on like just real life stuff, like you saying you kind of have to shave it off so like it fully grows in. I am gonna go Darby Allin here to retain because beyond the funny stuff that we've just come up with now, and like you know, Darby's run has been so good, and I think it's too soon to take the title off of him.
Yeah, you kill momentum as well with what's going because people are tuning in week and
Yeah,
week out
and I
just
think
to
you keep
see
doing that.
how he gets out of this.
Yeah, and I think if you do that now, it diminishes. Plus, then also you've got the whole like Darby's only beaten MJF once, whereas MJF has beaten him twice. So you could have Darby retain here, then it's 2-2, and then you have your rubber match.
Yeah.
You know, later on down the road, maybe when MJF grows his hair back, because it's going to be hilarious to see a ball. And
But yeah,
MJF is such a professional, like he'll do it as well. I know you will. The toupee thing would be so great. I was thinking about the other day. It gives me such flashbacks of Kurt Angle going bald for the first time and just wearing that ridiculous
it could be fantastic.
wrestling toupee.
But I'm going with you on Darby Allin to win, but at the same time,
I can see MJF winning.
Can see MJF winning because it's still good for business.
No, for sure. I mean, with him as champ, as a heel champ, he also draws numbers. He draws so many people to the product itself.
Yeah.
And he's just great as a champ. And as a smug, smarmy piece of shit heel champ, he's the bomb. He's always fun to watch. It doesn't matter who he faces.
Yeah.
You know? So I mean, again, there's just so much going on. I do think I can see it happening because we know for a fact MJF is going to cheat hard in this match.
Oh yeah. And if MJF does win, it's more on the sense. I get the fact that you're saying you can't kill the momentum, and you know, it's you can't just stop this run that Darby Allin's on. But at the same time, it could be the point at which Darby Allin's body finally gives out on him. This match.
Could be. This could be
just
the
because
match.
of the way that MJF will probably cheat to get the win over this. And it could be where the breaking point comes and he loses. No one would be. People would probably go ballistic.
For sure, yeah, I can see them.
But at the same time,
they'd also
Darby
be like,
Allin,
well, it was to MJF, so it's fine. We're
yeah,
mad, but we'll get over it.
and they laid the seeds already with Darby Allin's body collapse. Like when he tried to do the Scorpio Deathlock and he just passed out. It's like his body is literally at breaking point. Is this the match, or is this the one where he wins it and he just keeps going and going and going?
Yeah, I mean, again, also it could be a contender for match of the night. I mean, just the stakes alone. There hasn't been stakes like this for a minute, I feel like,
No, and are we gonna get the actual head shaving like you got Vince versus Trump?
I think you would. I think you would. They've done it before when Wheeler Yuta lost the hair match against Orange Cassidy. That was quite recent. I think that was last year sometime. So they did it. They did it live, and I mean, again, if you're gonna have, because again, it works both ways to do that. Because if MJF wins, he'll be a dick about it. He'll be smug and smarmy, and like he'll do it slowly and very methodically, and like just really get that heel heat going. Whereas the humiliation side for MJF and Darby just like doing like butchering a job, like when they do like the weird cuts here and there, and just patchy and weird. He just looks like a fuzzy tennis ball. You know what I mean? They'll definitely do it live. I think we'll definitely see it for sure.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Like again, this is the hardest one for me to pick.
Yeah,
like it's difficult. It was difficult it's difficult to pick the winner for the I Quit Street Fight tag match, but for different reasons.
The AEW World Tag Team Championship New York Street Fight I Quit match.
That one. It's difficult for different reasons. This is actually difficult because it's difficult.
Yeah, because again, like this has equal stakes on both parts, on both sides.
Yes.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with
Darby.
Sticking with Darby to retain. I don't think this is where your body fails on him. I kind of also just want to see MJF lose his head.
Yes, everyone wants to see MJF bald.
We all want to see it.
And like you say, he's a professional. He'll do that.
He'll do it. And you know what we say, like it would be absolutely hilarious if like they do the vignettes and the backstage stuff and like all these little tiny stories you can tell with him.
There's comedy gold written
and, like,
into it.
It's written absolutely. Or you could even go a step further and go. He leans fully into the bald stuff. Like he starts like a bald man's group, like within AEW. He starts his own faction, the baldies or something stupid like that. They'll all go bowling together because it's all shiny. Where he like fully embraces the bald.
I'm no longer the big Hebrew. I'm the bald Hebrew.
I'm the bald Hebrew, exactly. He just comes out with the bald eagle like every time. Dumb stuff. You can go the opposite way, like he just fully embraces it, which would also be really, really good. Again, I think there's a lot more opportunity for comedy and story if MJF loses. So yeah, I think sticking with Darby on this one.
Yes.
Right. And that's a double or nothing. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 matches on the main card and 3 on the buy-in card. So we have 12 matches over about 5 hours, including the buy-in.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. Well, it's gonna be a great pay-per-view. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic.
I just Hercules there. You see that? I was like Hercules. I think it's gonna be really good. I can't wait.
That's gonna be fantastic. Yeah.
Match of the night.
Oh, it's gonna be hard.
That may be the hardest question, actually.
Yeah, that is a tough question. Oh. I think. Oh, I don't know. I actually think I'm probably gonna go with Mox and O'Reilly.
Mox O'Reilly. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm gonna go, and I'm flip flopping right now. I think I'm gonna go Bandito Swerve. I think that match is gonna be insane. I just have this weird feeling that it's gonna be awesome. You know what I mean? But again, it's so tough. God damn. Because I'm like, but what about this? What about Stadium Stampede? What about the hair versus title match?
Yeah.
But I'll stay with that. I think match of the night's gonna be Bandito Swerve. And you're gonna go Mox O'Reilly, which that's going to be, as good old JR would say, that's gonna be a slobber knocker.
Yeah. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one.
But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in once again. Gozzy, as always, it's been a
Oh,
pleasure.
it's always great to do these. Honestly,
Yeah, it's always
it's so
fun.
good to just get it out, talk it out. And
Sure. I honestly feel like the predictions are usually more fun than the post. You know what I
yes,
mean?
yes,
just the
absolutely.
because I suppose once we do like the
Your
recaps or
fantasy
the
booking
reviews,
as well.
yeah, the fantasy bookings are like usual. This is like us betting on football and stuff. It's like, well, this could happen. What about this? And whereas now it's a case of okay, well, what about next week? Now what? you know. Whereas I don't know. I think it's just gonna be one of this could be easily pay-per-view of the year.
Yes,
I think this has the
without a
most
doubt,
potential out of any of them.
without a doubt.
Considering it's only halfway through the year, we've seen Rumble, we've seen WrestleMania, we've seen Dynasty. It's this could easily take the cake. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure, Gozzy. I'll catch you as well, everybody,
Yeah,
on the Double or Nothing review, and then we'll be back later on in the week for our back to regular schedule viewing of Raw and Dynamite recaps.
yep.
Yeah, we'll get you the next episode soonest.
Appreciate it as always. Appreciate everyone. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, get everyone involved.
Yeah,
Let's shout out.
too sweet.
Too sweet.